And we are here and we are back for another episode of Top Rope Talk. I'm the sniper. He is the wrestling professor, and we are live. And we've got a loaded show for you today. And just before we get started, be sure to catch us live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, DBTV, Stream TV, and also catch the Sideline Sports Show on the Believe Network as well. Outside of that, how's it been going, Billy? I understand you had a fun-filled weekend going and checking out some indie wrestling. How'd it go?
Hey, man. First off, Saturday night was a blast. Like, we had all our indie guys. We had from the Dawson Brothers coming out, making their debut on DCW, Dominant Championship Wrestling. And then we had DPW Sunday just last night, Deadlock Pro Wrestling. It was dominant. Like, you had Roderick Strong on the card. Okay. Oh. Yeah, Roderick Strong was on the card. And he was a banger he was like the pre-main. And then, you had Bojack, my man.
Bojack,
okay,
right,
versus LeBron Cozone.
Nice.
Okay. Yes, sir. We had them going on in the opener, and they put on a banger of a match, but DPW, DCW, especially PWF, we got two more we got PWF this coming up Friday night. It's going to be a banger. We got a ladder match with the Ugly Ducklings, or Shucklings, against Out of This World, you know what I mean, for the PWF Tag Team Champions. And then they're going against Out of This World, Eric Royale and BK. So they're the tag team. It should be a banger. And then we got NLWP, Next Level Pro Wrestling, this Saturday. So we're putting that out there. I would like to put that out there. I would like to put everything out there. But
of course.
On to you.
Hey,
it's been a banger of a weekend. And it's been a banger of a whole month. Because we had that Cinco de Mayo. We had this. You know what I mean? UPW, all the indie scenes, everything. Everybody needs to just watch the indie scene because you got to start somewhere.
You do. You have to start somewhere. And you know what? We're actually going to go into a pretty fun-filled weekend as far as the majors because, of course, we've got WWE King and Queen of the Ring on Saturday. Then Sunday, we got AEW's Double or Nothing.
Yes, and that's Sunday, yep.
Yep. But without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started on our King and Queen of the Ring preview from Jeddah, Saudi Arabia on Saturday, March the 27th. So, in getting started here, with our WWE King of the Ring preview, first of all, and you've heard me mention this, Billy, is I am glad that for the first time in 22 years, King of the Ring, with the addition of the title of Queen of the Ring, is its own pay-per-view again.
Yes, like it reminds me about the 90s, you know what I mean? Like, and early 2000s, like it's its own pay-per-view instead of having it on Raw or like SmackDown, you know what I mean? Like, have it on a pay-per-view. It's pay-per-view.
Yep, pay-per-view, premium live event, however you want to call it.
Yeah, premium live event. That's I'm trying to get used to saying that now.
Yeah, same here. But going on to our first match here. And of course, and they can be in any particular order. We're just going to go through the matches here. King of the Ring final. So the winners of Jey Uso versus Gunther, which is actually tonight on Raw, is going to face the winner of Tama Tonga and Randy Orton on SmackDown. Real quick, you know what? Billy, I got to be honest with you, man. I got a sudden change.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So you heard me say that Gunther was going to win King of the Ring.
Yeah.
I actually am leaning more towards, I'll put it to you like this. I think Jey Uso will pick up the win tonight. And then I think Tama Tonga is going to beat Orton on SmackDown to set up an old bloodline versus new bloodline King of the Ring final. Jey Uso is in dire need of the biggest win of his career. Tama Tonga winning King of the Ring would help solidify Bloodline 2.0. So they need a big victory as well. I'm going to go on and say Jey Uso wins King of the Ring. He absolutely needs it. He's had title matches for the WWE title, for the World Heavyweight Championship, Intercontinental title. He's fallen short, but maybe this right here will help springboard him in the future title matches. And not only that, it'll be his first, huge win as a solo star. Tama Tonga, it sounds too enticing to crown him king of the ring, but
Yeah,
he just debuted. It may be a little soon.
yeah.
I don't know, man.
And
What do you think?
you totally nailed it on the top of the button, like, man, with the hammer on the nail. Like, it's too soon for Tama. Basically, like, he just debuted. Jay needs to have something for an accolade. That way he'd be king of the ring. And, Gunther and Jay, that would be like, a banger, but then Jay would come off top. You know what I'm saying? And be like, hey, no, this is my time to shine.
Right.
And then in the future, they would give them something. But, that would mean the bloodline would actually kind of continue, with Tama and Jay, you know what I'm saying? And the whole solo thing. Hey, Jimmy, get him. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I totally agree with you on that, man. Like, literally. It's
So
going to come down to, yeah, Tama and Jay, like, literally.
And you got Jey Uso winning?
Yeah, man. Like, literally, I could see him, King Jay, trying to, because you got Solo thinking he's the head of the chief, tribal chief, excuse me. And then you got Roman out, and then, everybody else is looking at, like, Solo, like, so I could do this just as better than you, but what makes you better than me? You know what I mean? So, like, yeah, I could see Jay just on top. And then Jimmy just coming out there and be like, okay, my brother,
Yeah.
King Oos.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And then you got the whole storyline that's continuing.
That's continuing on, exactly. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that the Usos reunite. I still think they
Yeah.
should be apart for a couple more years.
Yeah.
Because they need to establish themselves as solo stars.
Yes, exactly.
Just
exactly.
like, remember when Kofi Kingston, what was it? It was a few years back, and the New Day was split. They were drafted because Big E went to SmackDown, and Woods and Kingston stayed on Raw. And
Okay,
Kofi
yeah,
Kingston
I
said,
remember that.
He said, listen, it's still New Day for life, but this is your chance to establish yourself as a solo star. And then what happened? Big E won the Intercontinental title, Money in the Bank, and then the WWE title.
Yep. So, yeah, they need to establish themselves as solo stars for right now.
They do. They do. Well, we'll move on to our next match, and that is the Queen of the Ring final. And it will be between the winners of Io Sky and Lyra Valkyria, which is tonight. Nia Jax will face Bianca Belair on SmackDown. Who will be the Queen of the Ring? You know what? I know I'm going to make, this is my second bold prediction. I know this reads like Lyra's going to win it. Not Bianca Belair. She's half of the tag team champion. She's good.
Yeah. Okay,
Not
yeah.
Not Io Sky. She just lost the women's championship. The WWE Women's Championship. I'm going to say Nia Jax is going to do it, dude. She hasn't had an accolade in quite some time, and she needs leverage if she's going to continue challenging for titles. I think Nia Jax is going to walk out Queen of the Ring. What do you think?
And like you said, real quick, Io Sky, I like my Valkyria. I love her. Just like, what is her name? Blair? The other girl on SmackDown, Blair Davenport, that just got drafted. I like her too. But they got to get a little shine time a little bit. They got to get up their rise. Io, I think she just wants the belt. She wants to shine and be a champion. Bianca, you're right. You're absolutely right. Like, it's too soon. And then what happens if they bump heads in the future with, Jade and Bianca type thing? It's not going to last long, but it's going to be a right run with them with the belts. But I am going with you. because she has not, like you said, no accolades. You know what I mean? Like, where was her belt? Where's her shine time? It's
Yeah.
her shine time. You know what I mean? Like, she don't need to be doing no more funny skits. Oh, my hole. Excuse me. Or like, she just needs to be up and down serious as a dominant champ and a queen. And when she has that queen, she can go for the belt and let everybody know, hey, she's the real deal. So it is her time, I think. I would say, in my opinion. Because I haven't seen her have no kind of accolades like that. You know what I mean? Besides
Nia Jackson
the tag team champions.
Yeah. Well, she had a WrestleMania moment years ago. She won the Raw Women's title
Yeah,
against Alexa Bliss.
yeah. But like, big accolade, like Queen of the Ring would be a big thing for her.
Yeah.
Just like the tag team titles that she had.
She definitely would treat it like a championship for the time being, but she could use that as leverage. And plus, I mean, come on, Queen Jax, how do you Queen Nia, dude? So yeah, I think Nia Jax is going to shock the world and walk out Queen of the Ring.
Exactly, she's gonna be like, I'm the queen.
Yeah, absolutely, and to be the most dominant, unstoppable monster that we've all come to know. And plus, it would solidify her comeback because she had been back for the past year. It would solidify her comeback. So yeah, I got Nia Jax winning Queen of the Ring.
I do too.
I've got probably Lyra winning tonight, and then Jax on Thursday, and then Jax ultimately winning.
And then she ends up, ultimately beating her down, or she might get. Valkyrie, you know what I mean? Lyra might get a little moves in here and there, but yeah, Nia all the way.
All right, well, on to our next matchup. Sticking with the women's division here, the Women's World Championship. Becky Lynch will defend against Liv Morgan. Can Morgan stun the man in Saudi Arabia?
I'm going to go ahead and take this over real quick, because I love me some Becky Lynch. I love me some Becky Lynch. Okay, I can go out to lunch with her all day, every day. I love my little Irish, Scottish, whatever. I know what she is. But, Liv Morgan's been coming back and thinking she can make that title run that she's been wanting. It's kind of iffy because, Becky is hungry, but then yet Becky wants break off time.
Mm-hmm.
She wants to spend time with Seth while he's injured, you know what I mean? And with the whole personal injuries and issues with family, with the babies or stuff like that. I don't know. But I could per se maybe they would give it to Liv for a little bit, like until what's this month? Maybe till about SummerSlam, and then Becky comes back and gets her belt back.
Okay.
So I would go with. I hate to say it, man. Maybe Liv, and a lot of people. And a lot of people are going to give me some heat on that one, man.
No, I won't. It's gonna be Liv. It's gonna be Liv Morgan, and here's why. Number one,
here's why.
The reason that you just said, to go spend time with Seth while he's injured and whatnot. Maybe come back around SummerSlam. Okay, cool. But the second and probably should have been number one reason is this is how Rhea Ripley's gonna get her revenge. Why not?
Yep, I was about to throw that in there too because of Rhea.
Come back and take the belt from Liv. Yep, I think it's going to be Liv and Ripley at SummerSlam because Ripley was only supposed to be out a couple of months. But why not have Liv win it right now? Keep it till SummerSlam. Ripley comes back and wins it.
Yep, exactly, because that's why I was like, wait, it's May, August, SummerSlam. You know what I mean? Like, give it to her late. Let her have it. Let her have her fun for about 2-3 months, and then boom, here comes Rhea, or here comes Becky. You know what I mean? But Becky's gonna be off on the side set, enjoying her time off, and then here comes Rhea. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
forgot to throw that in too,
Yep.
because she's only got like a little, what is it? Elbow,
Elbow. Yeah.
shoulder
Hmm.
injury. Yeah.
Yeah. And they said a couple months, but she might take that extra time just to make sure it's 100%. That would
Yep.
put it around SummerSlam. So
Yep.
I mean, yeah,
Especially
dude.
if they want to be on a main PLE.
Right. Right. Absolutely. Well,
Yep.
going to our fourth match, and that is for the Intercontinental Championship. It's a triple threat match. Sami Zayn will defend against Chad Gable and Bronson Reed. Can Zayn overcome the odds and retain his title? Billy, take it away.
You know what? Bronson's had many times and many chances. And this dude is a big boy, and that's Pop's favorite dude, like right now. He loves him. And I call him Bam Bam Bigelow Jr. because of his attire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And his moveset. Like, dude can jump off the damn top rope like Bam Bam Bigelow. You know what I
thought he
mean?
was a more athletic Mark Henry, but go ahead.
But yeah, you're good. And Chad Gable, you know, he's overdue for a belt. You know what I mean? He wants that belt. He's hungry. Sami Zayn, you know, he's a fan favorite. You know what I mean? But I think he's underrated than overrated. You know what I mean? Like, Kevin Owens is better than him, and well, they were tag teams, I guess. You know what I mean? I like Sami Zayn. I like his persona. You know what I mean? Like, bad guy. But Chad Gable, he is like the new generation of Kurt Angles. You know what I'm saying? Like, he needs that belt like Kurt Angle did. He had the European champion. Give Chad a belt.
Yeah.
If you're not going to give it to Alpha Academy, give Chad the belt.
You got to.
But Bronson Reed, you could put a belt on him like Bam Bam did. They did, you know, like they did with the ECW belt, and give it to him for like maybe 2 or 3 a month even, max, and then take it off of him, and then give it back to Chad, you know, for like a rematch clause or something like that.
Yeah.
But I don't see Sami Zayn retaining, in my opinion.
Who do you think? Who's winning it?
Chad.
Chad does it in Saudi Arabia?
Yeah. Yeah. If it was like a number 1, 2, 3, it would go Chad, Bronson, Sammy.
Okay.
Because you know how Sammy has not like really been in Saudi like that. And he's just been recently coming into different countries or whatnot because of his little what is it, clause thingy or yeah, where he can't go into certain countries or whatnot.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so, but I foresee Chad in Saudi.
Okay, so
what about you?
You know what? I think Zayn retains. I think that Chad Gable will have the match won, but his own Alpha Academy is going to cost him the victory.
Okay.
Namely, Otis and Maxine. They're going to have had enough of his stuff and come out there, and they're going to cost him the victory. You know, but I think Chad wins it at SummerSlam 1-on-1 versus Zayn. But I said that since Zayn. I was like, watch, Zayn's gonna have a run for the rest of the spring, and throughout the summer until SummerSlam, he'll lose it to Gable at SummerSlam. Gable will hold the belt before 2024 is over with. It's a matter.
Okay, so he ain't gonna really have a long run then.
No, not really. But also, Zayn really didn't need a really long run.
Okay,
it's
so what?
Off Gunther, you know, prove yourself and everything, and then because also at the same time, who's to say that Zayn doesn't win Royal Rumble in 25 and starts going for the biggest belt?
Yeah, because he probably wants that too, and it's probably in the air right now with him. So what about Bronson though? What you think? You don't have any opinions about Bronson?
I think Bronson will actually steal the show in this match. Despite the athleticism of Zayn and Chad Gable, I think Bronson Reed is going to steal the show because he's athletic in his own right, and people are going to, well, they already can't believe a dude that big can move like that, right? You know? So it'll be one of those matches where someone else will win, but Bronson Reed. You remember last year's WrestleMania, the triple threat match for the IC title with Sheamus, Gunther, and Drew McIntyre, and how
Yeah.
Gunther won, but Drew kind of stole the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's gonna be like that. I think Bronson's gonna steal the show, but Sammy will retain.
Okay. Okay.
Well, we'll go.
So you're going with Sammy. I'm going with Chad. Bronson's going to steal the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, on to our main event, the WWE Championship. Cody Rhodes will defend against United States Champion Logan Paul. So, being the SmackDown connoisseur that you are, was this a robbery that this match wasn't title versus title? Me personally, yes, it was. Now, to a certain extent, but also, I can see why people would say no. Because, well, does Cody really need the United States Championship? Me personally, I think it would be great for his moniker, American Nightmare, United States Champion. You know, being a dual champion after having fought like all of this for the last 3 years, right? You know, what I didn't like was the fact that they made Logan Paul look like a coward. You know, and it's like, if the original intent wasn't going to be with the U.S. belt on the line, just the WWE Championship, then just do that from the start. You know, by doing what you did, you kind of made him look like a jackass. And so, yeah. But this goes without saying. Rhodes is going to retain. Rhodes is going to retain. Then the time to start really guessing if he's going to lose the championship will be at SummerSlam. So, what do you got, man?
Yeah, just like last night with indie show, how they're turning out to make this dude like an asshole. No. Cody, I agree with you, will lose the belt at SummerSlam. You know, whether it's The Rock, whether it's a potential Logan Paul, I do agree that it should have been a title versus title match because, you know, look, they had Hogan versus Ultimate Warrior, Intercontinental Champion. My favorite match of all time. I'm not even going to stun on that one. You know, babyface versus babyface, you know. And Ultimate Warrior won both belts. So why not have Cody have both belts and then perhaps lose one of, like, the world belt? I don't too much agree with Logan Paul being the potential opponent for Cody. You know, that's just my opinion. I'm just not a Logan Paul fan.
No, and Logan Paul's not bad. Every time he gets in the ring, he shows that like he's
bad. Yeah, and I'm not
right?
gonna stun on that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But what was so wrong about? At the end of the day, he's a part-timer. You know.
Yeah.
What's so wrong about just getting the belt off of him? Cody could always relinquish the United States title, and then they can hold a U.S. title tournament.
And that's what I'm saying. That he can win both belts, and then just say, no, I'd rather just keep this belt. If he's injured, well, let me keep this belt at least and give this belt up. You know what I mean? Something. You know what I'm saying? But I foresee, Cody retaining and just telling Paul, like, yo, you were a substantial opponent, but you're not the one to win this belt. You know what I mean? Like, no. And it was just a mistake of, they should have put title versus title. That way they could have, what was the word I'm looking for? The unsubstantial, undisputed champion. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I got a world champion and I've got a U.S. champion. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then he, like you were saying, relinquished the U.S. belt, but keep the world belt. So I foresee Cody winning the whole thing on Logan Paul. Okay. I really do. Not because I'm not a Logan Paul fan. It's just, I think the match would be a banger. I think he would put up some great hits in the match. You know what I mean? Like great bumps, all the above. and give Cody a run for his money.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And then besides that, it's just too soon for Cody to lose the belt. It just is.
Exactly, and that's where I was getting at too. Because you just put the belt on Cody, and then you're just gonna give the belt, like, yo, okay, you gave. I hate to say his name. You gave Roman Reigns the belt this long, so why not give Cody a little chance, a
Yeah,
little run?
maybe not a 4-year run, but he should.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. For all
yeah.
you Roman fans,
And he will be back and better than ever. Just you wait on it. Just you wait on it. I'm gonna laugh at you in the group too. I'm gonna say, "Ha ha! Look who's here!" And he ain't gonna lose again.
I know everybody hearing that shit. Everybody hearing that shit is too. He's gonna be back, and they want him back. I don't want him back.
Well, we're gonna wrap up this episode with our weekly finisher DQ. So finisher DQ, the King of the Ring and King of the Ring winners should have gotten world title matches at a later date, like King of the Ring 2002, Brock Lesnar. What do you think? Finisher DQ.
Okay, finisher DQ, King of the Ring, winner should be match it. And you said like Brock Lesnar
Yeah.
at a
like
later
Brock
date?
Yeah, you remember that SummerSlam '02, Rock versus Brock? Yeah, Brock got that title shot by winning King of the Ring.
Oh yeah, no, I you know, a DQ like a later time. You know, keep it at a time, like Money in the Bank. Just hold it, like, yeah, you won. Yeah, that's just my opinion on that. Like, if you win,
Just boost your status, that's it.
exactly. Like, yo, no, let me build a little bit more heat with the crowd or charisma with the crowd. Let me draw in more seats. You know what I mean? And just boost this feud up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I would just wait a few months or whatnot, or whenever you're going to set it up. Not necessarily like at a big PLE, PPV. You know, it could be like something like a Backlash or, you know, Hell in a Cell type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, build the feud up now.
Yeah. Okay.
Who was it? I believe when he won King of the Ring, and then he went for the, you know, title match. Damn, there's so many King. I think it was not Brock, but Brett,
Angle.
maybe.
Brett. Was it Brett? I think it was Brett, yeah. It may have been Angle.
I think that's who I'm talking about. Angle, yep. It was one of the big stars that so many King of the Rings that, and it wasn't Sheamus either, but because they were enjoying their King of the Ring. But yeah, I go with they should wait a little bit.
Okay. And you know what? I was gonna say finish, but I agree. I think DQ, but they could scatter it throughout the years. Like, okay, this year, no title shot, they'll just build up their status. Next year, okay, yeah, title shot, like Survivor Series or something, right?
Right.
You know, they can maybe scatter it throughout the years, maybe not make it every year. But it'd be nice to, like, maybe next year they just said, like, hey, the winner is going to get a title shot at SummerSlam or something, you know? So, but no, I agree. I was going to go full-blown finish. Yeah, I'll go DQ. Just ride off of their wave and let that build themselves up to
the status build. Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But,
I can't disagree or agree with your opinion. You know what I mean? That's what wrestling is all about, baby.
That's what it's all about. Well, we have come to the conclusion of the program. Don't forget, WWE King and Queen of the Ring will be this weekend, Saturday, May the 27th from Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. And then also find our Facebook group, the Wrestling Discussions, rather.
Wrestling Discussions.
Yep, myself, Billy Cruz in there. Shout out to Lee Pate, Jacob Christner, Adrian Gray, all the guys in there. And also tune in to some of our great shows on the network. Tomorrow we're going to have the Sideline Sports Show. Wednesday will be Confidential as well as Sports Business Insider. And Friday, of course, will be The Gauntlet. So for myself and the Wrestling Professor, This has been Top Rope Talk. We will see you all next week.